up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 231, and we're recording on April 10th, 2023. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. All right, no announcements or sponsors this week, so we are going to be covering 4 big new releases. The first one, Apink D. The second one, Agust D's pre-release with People Part 2 featuring IU. The third one, IVE with I Am. And then Kep1er with Giddy. So those are the 4 songs that won our vote this week. Sorry to Card. They just barely missed out, but we weren't going to cover 5.
Close.
So they
It
lost
was
out.
almost there. Very close.
So the first one, Apink with D&D. They are from IST. Their last 3 songs were Dilemma, Dum Dum, and Ung. This is a very pleasant, upbeat, poppy song, right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I think the thing about Apink these days is I was talking to Warren. I think they are the longest active girl group who took no breaks. Like they've been active the whole time since their debut, like 12 years ago or however long ago it was.
Very consistent.
But this D&D song, first of all, I thought it might have been about Dungeons and Dragons, but it was not.
Really?
It was about Do Not Disturb. I don't have too many complaints. It was nice, easy listening, held by the vocals. Overall, pretty good, right?
Yeah. I don't think there's much to complain about with those tracks like this, right? It's pretty straightforward, disco-based, dance pop, kind of slow, if anything, but it's not like slow as in draggy. It's slow as in like the tempo's kind of slow. But that doesn't stop the song from being like kind of upbeat. You know, it's pretty chill, but also like there's a good energy. Good energy definitely comes from the fact that they've been like, you know, they're obviously professionals at this that have been doing this for God knows how long at this point, almost 10 years, I think, or actually longer, isn't it?
It's longer.
Oh my
It's
God.
way longer.
A whole Zodiac. Wow. Okay.
They debuted 2011.
Oh wow.
My.
Wow. I do like the arrangement. There's some like very funky, bright electronic pianos with a lot of funky bass. At the top there was this like vox loop that like plays itself throughout the entire, well, not the entire track, but it's in the intro, the outro. There's like a chorus in the bridge area. Sidechained heavily, so you gotta listen for it. But once you notice it plays a very integral role in keeping this track like pretty consistently together and creating this kind of like upbeat tone and mood to it. Kind of like, you remember the 17 Liters track from a couple of years ago? The da 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 da.
Yeah.
Kind of that kind of vibe. It's kind of like upbeat, but like not too hype, but like kind of laid back, but also kind of upbeat. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Yeah. As overall, really, really good package.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I definitely agree in the vibe of the song. I also feel like there's a certain we talk about like the brightness and the energy, right? But I feel like I felt it more through the vocals because I think the beat itself is not doing too much. Like it's not super complex or doing a lot of different things. But I thought it was a great base for the vocals, especially in the chorus. I think the person that stood out to me the most was Bumi. Her vocal in like the first line in the chorus, I think was so nice and like refreshing. And I think it gave the song is a feeling that I associate with like very chic, more like high fashion. I think of like stuff that I would hear at like H&M, that sort of vibe where it's refreshing, but it's not like super, super hype, super intense. And I think it fits them as a group. I think they're very, very experienced. They've had a long career, and I think they don't need to be necessarily doing too much because they've already had like this long run.
Right.
So it makes sense. I think overall the whole package makes a lot of sense for them as artists, as a group who's been around for so long. But it still feels very, very fresh from them.
What also really feels fresh is that this is a fan song. So one thing Apink does is they do a lot of fan songs. I think ever since, as far as I understand, ever since the 4th anniversary, they have one every year. Maybe it's like a side thing, maybe it's like a main comeback. This time it's definitely a main comeback. And when you think of fan songs, typically, especially in the K-pop sphere, fan songs typically tend to be like, oh, thank you for your support, love you guys as much as you guys love me, that kind of messaging. And that's fun, but at the same time, is that the only thing you want to tell your fans? You know what I mean? Like it always feels like we don't need to be limited to that kind of messaging, and yet if you look at fan songs, especially in K-pop, that's what we do. This track stays away from that, even though it is they market it as a fan song. It feels very much like, okay, we're still gonna be around. You guys are still gonna be around. Let's keep doing our thing. Which is, I guess it's in the same direction, but it's still very different from thank you for your support.
What I like about the song is that even if you are not like an Apink fan or whatever, right? You're not in their fandom. The messaging is good. It's more
it's
like,
applicable.
sometimes you shouldn't care what other people think. Go on Do Not Disturb, Don't take in what other people are saying. Just be like you, Like, I'm going to do me, I think that's a good message. It just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like with Apink these days, when you got like Bomi and Junggeunji, the songs are going to be pretty good regardless, right? Like the vocal talent, like Junggeunji is singing these incredibly high notes, but it's like she could do it in her sleep, right?
It's so easy.
It's so easy to sing these high notes for her. It's ridiculous. Like sometimes we take that for granted because she's obviously Junggeunji's like a super top talent in terms of vocal, right? So she's just singing these extremely high notes and she looks very relaxed, like it's not a problem. That's like a luxury because there are a lot of groups that don't have that luxury, right? And I think the song is carried by the vocals, which is good because that's the strength of the group at the moment. So overall, good song. Don't have too many complaints,
good song.
Right?
Good song.
All right, let's move on. Agust D pre-released People Part 2 featuring IU. He's from Big Hit. His last 3 solo tracks are Dechata, Give It To Me, and Agust D. This is like a COVID melancholy song, right? Like,
oh yeah, sentimental.
Even if you just watch like the thing at the end where he's talking about, I wrote this song during COVID when I was like excluded from people and we thought we lost everything and yada yada. I feel like in spring 2023, right? I personally feel it's a little too late to be doing a melancholy COVID era song.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I'm just not in the mind frame to have like a sort of mopey, sad-ish song, right? Like I'm not feeling the blues late right now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like if I think about like the society we live in right now, we're like I feel like the societal issues we have is like an offshoot of COVID, less than like actual COVID itself, like the economy or like good lord. And if I think about BTS in particular, they went through telling this kind of messaging in like multiple different ways. Like they had Life Goes On, they had Butter / Permission to Dance, both of which were centered around COVID, but they had a different messaging. So that's, I guess to me it was a little unexpected as well that he would go on talking about that. But I mean, I guess he had an intention. I guess he wanted to share what he wanted to tell himself in the past, as explicitly told us at the end of that video. Oh no, how'd you feel about it, Onita?
I wanted to talk about that ending part. Because
at the end of the music video when he sits in the room and he's like
talking about the meaning.
This is what the song's about.
Yes.
Nom, 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 nom.
I guess it does feel a little odd to be having like this theming, this concept for a song. Knowing now like how things have progressed and how it's not as serious as it was, of course. But the explanation at the end felt a little, I don't know, I felt a little odd seeing it there as well because it felt to me like, okay, I feel like the song should be able to stand on its own in a way, and having the explanation at the end felt like, I don't know, I felt like...
Do you want to show, not tell?
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I felt like it could have been a part of a well, the setup and everything felt like a part of a documentary. You know, like
It
how
did
you
actually.
get like a extra like behind the scenes shots and like footage explaining like the process of production and all that, and it felt like okay, that would make sense in that sort of format. But for a music video, it felt a little out of place in my opinion. It's cool that he explained it. I just didn't think it was necessary right at the end of the music video. I don't know.
We'll be quite honest. I do agree with that. The lyrics aren't too strong with this track. I'll be honest. It is a song that I would have a higher level of expectation in terms of the lyrics for. Right, it's definitely meant to be more of a hip hop song than a pop song. If this was a disco thing when he's like doing a little disco dance, like of course I'm not gonna complain. Like that would be stupid. But a large chunk of the song is dedicated to him rapping. A lot of it's his verses, which are split up by his bridge, and of course, you know, IVE's lovely vocals. And I don't know. Maybe it's the Korean, but feels very the word choices feel very conceptual, feels very abstract, it doesn't feel really grounded in anything, and it feels the overall messaging just kind of feels like it's okay to be lonely, and that would be fine. It's not really grounded in anything, so I'm not really getting what he's trying to tell us. And sure, I get that at the end of the day, it's supposed to be like it was his introspection during COVID era kind of song, but it could apply to a lot of things, almost to the point where it could be applicable to anything kind of a situation. It's a little too vague of a self-introspective, self-pity kind of track, right? Which is commonly a criticism people at this level of their career will receive. Big Bang's went through it. Pegyeon's went through it, where they sing about how, you know, lowly and lonely their life is, and people will say, "You're successful. You have a lot of money, and you have a lot of people around you. What are you talking about?" And at that point, it's the artist's role to kind of convince us that they are going through these hardships. And that's where I was feeling like that's kind of missing. And, you know, I don't know. There were definitely good ideas there. Like, they just weren't fully, like, developed. Like, there was a sandcastle motif that shows up at one point. I was like, that... Clearly, he was going for something, because that shows up two or three times during the song. I don't know. I will.
I can't. Oh, keep going.
No. I was gonna pivot there. You say your thing first.
I can't comment really on the Korean lyrics because my Korean's not perfect, right? So I thought it was fine. Thought the vocals were fine. Thought the rapping, the delivery was fine. What I can't comment on is the IU feature. As you know, I'm a big IU fan, right? Very happy whenever we get IU content. I lost all immersion trying to figure out what her lyrics were trying to tell me. Like, let me read it. So time is yet now, right here to go. I know, you know, anything does know. So time is yet now, right here to go. Nobody doesn't know anymore. Yeah. What is that trying to tell me?
I don't know.
I know you know.
I lost complete immersion. I was like, what do I know? Tell me. Like, I lost so much immersion when I was trying to, like, figure out what she was saying there.
Yeah,
like,
I
couldn't.
Honestly, I can't begin to understand what was being said in that line, but I did get the feeling that the way it was written, or that it was delivered, right, with the melody and IU as the feature and its placement in the song, it made me feel like this is very reminiscent of what I think I was used to hearing in like late 2000s, you know?
So you're saying when the English in the songs were kind of jank? Is that what you're...
Yeah.
No.
So I feel like there's a certain sense of like nostalgia, maybe, or like
you're having nostalgia for bad English, Anita. Is this what you're telling me?
Not me. And I feel like I also felt it in the beat of the song, like the beat of the song,
I felt
the
that
structure, too. And I feel like, okay, maybe that's what what he was going for as a vision of like this. I kind of want to have this particular sound from back in the day.
I mean, here's the thing, Anita. Y2K fashion is trending, but nobody's walking around in Justin Timberlake denim overalls. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No. I mean, I agree. I agree in the sense that I also feel that in the current musical sphere, right, it doesn't translate very well.
I just can't overlook how bad the lyrics are there. Like,
okay, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't think the English lyrics in Korean music in the 2000s were that bad. I don't know.
No, it's not that it's bad. It's just that when you compare with how things are now, right? Like the level of cohesiveness, I guess you could find in lyrics.
I don't know. When you have 8 bars of what looks like a word salad that doesn't rhyme properly or doesn't sound good, it doesn't mean anything. To me, that's like, okay, I don't know. The melody was nice. Don't get me wrong. I use voice.
Melody's
sounds
fine.
dope as hell. I was like, it would be cooler if it meant something.
let's listen to this. If you're a Spotify listener, right, when you don't got lyrics up, right, your real takeaway is when the English words are hitting, right, if you don't speak Korean. And if you're listening to this, you're probably, what the F did this girl just say?
So time is yet now. Time is yet now.
I just feel like you can't like give them a pass. It's like it's like unspeakably bad English there.
All right. Let's pivot a little bit. I'm not saying.
I think it's a shame too because you got IU on the track. We had that other song 8, right? I believe was the
yeah.
That song was great. I think
banger.
that was in Hall of Spice at some point, right? So I don't know.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying the song is terrible.
No, it's not terrible. It's just weird at times.
If you go look at everything I've said about Suga or Agust D, depending on the context, in the entire length of the podcast, there's a recurring thing I say, and it's that I don't think it sounds great when he's doing aggressive, exaggerated rap. You know, I'm thinking about stuff like Techita or like Deng off of the full length albums. 7 Mot 7 and I was like, you know, it'd be cooler if he's able to take his own tempo, slow himself down a little bit, really work on how he wants to express himself and, you know, deliver what he wants to do. And that's where I feel like this kind of came together. Because the rap itself, the lyrics, I wasn't really a big fan of, but the rap itself, I was like,
the delivery was really good.
This was way better than some of the other stuff I've heard from the lad.
I'll give this song gets that. The delivery was really good.
But yeah, I was like, why couldn't you have been doing this the whole time? Why couldn't you have done this entire time? That was my question. I was like, this sounds great. You know, it'd be cooler if Slow Time Is Yet Now made a little more sense. Regardless, I do think it is definitely a throwback of a track. I'm getting a little bit of Geary Boy, a little bit of Lil Boy, a little bit of Geeks, a little bit of MC Mong, a little bit of Supreme Team at Pikai here, especially in the lyrics. Felt like I could see Tableau rapping this on an off day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we get the full release on the 21st.
On the 21st.
The actual title track, so we'll have to see.
Curious to see how that.
I'm very curious to see what happens
will
on that one
sound.
now.
I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a bit of a contrast with this.
It has to be.
Although I will admit, if he does more of this in this kind of mood, wouldn't say no. You know, just I think it sounds better in tracks like this.
Yeah, a little more.
Yeah.
Cohesive.
Also, he can sing really well too. Do that too. Jesus Christ.
I'm a pivot. IVE, I Am, Starship, last 3 songs, Kitsch, After Like and Love Dive. We had a lot to say about Kitsch, right? We had a lot to say. Independent of what we think, it's number 1 on the charts in Korea.
It is.
Right?
It is.
It is number 1 on the charts. It is holding Jisoo Epe. It is holding the New Jeans Coke Zero song.
That's on the charts?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Relatively high.
You
New
questioned this one?
Where's the New Jeans track? Let me find it. Actually, maybe it's not on the charts.
I don't see it. Yeah, it's 17 on iChart right now.
Okay, never mind. Well, it's a new song that came out. Okay. Hey, this song right here, I Am, is probably gonna dethrone Kitsch within the next couple of days. I would assume. This is some IVE goodness right here, right? I feel like is this the best IVE track? Am I jumping the gun here?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I really like this
I
song.
don't
though.
concur, but
I don't know. I really enjoyed this song. Is it better than after? I'm gonna take that back. I don't know if it's better than after like a love.
yeah.
But it's better than
hold on a
Kitsch
second.
for sure.
I agree. It's better than Kiss. Yes.
Better than Kitsch. This is good. You know, I want to give a shout out to my girl Liz. She has the longest solo lines in this song. She has the most lines.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Wait.
So
Yeah.
Compared to other members or like through her career? What do you mean?
No, compared to the other, because she's first place on the lyric distribution.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I like that.
Right? So our girl Liz had the redemption here. They gave her a lot
Good.
of parts. It's good. They threw Wonyoung out of a plane for some reason.
She
If you're not a
jumped.
fan
She
of her, maybe
jumped.
you like that. I don't know. I liked it because it was cool. If you're a Wonyoung anti, you might have been like, yeah, throw that B off the plane, you know? But
No.
We don't
I don't know.
encourage that kind
It
of
was
all I'm
behavior.
saying
skydiving.
is that everyone could be happy, you know, right here. Because this song, certified banger, in my opinion. I listened to
Wow.
it about 50 times today.
Wow.
I think you think this is their best IVE track yet. You're very excited about this, clearly. Don't
I'm
lie to me.
extremely excited.
Yeah, I can't
because,
tell.
Oh, because, dude, Eugen cooked on this song, dude. That's why I'm excited.
That section right before the chorus where she's like really, really high. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, towards the second half of the song, yeah.
no, like right before the chorus, she does it both times. Like she's like, you don't know what I'm talking about?
It's
The
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The way she says, "That's my way," or "That's my,"
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
my,
yeah.
Oh, I just thought the first time was Liz. Maybe I'm wrong.
No. So it's all Liz part until An Yujin does, "That's my," and then it
Okay,
hits the
because
chorus.
I knew she did it on the second time. I wasn't sure if it was her the first time.
I think it's both times. Although I will admit, I kind of agree. An Yujin would have sounded better there. Liz, I think she sounds better at like this kind of like mid range. Although I'm not saying she has a bad higher range. It's just it was a good contrast. I think I don't know. But I don't know. The 2 syllables, she killed it. Good lord! And we go straight into the chorus, which is like everybody singing together. And sometimes I'm not a fan of chanty choruses where everyone sings together. This is a situation where it works really, really well. Can't really dissect why. It just works. I don't know what to tell you. It just works really well. The song itself is like it has this slower electro house kind of beat. The triplet rhythm is very strong. And once you hit Kaeul's rap verse, that is very clear because her entire rap verse
yeah.
is triplets. But the way they're using the triplet rhythm really drives the song forward. It never slows down, even though the song itself isn't very fast. And then you have all these good old Y2K tropes that are like thrown in, like the whipping sound effects and like the airplane motif.
I think there might be like a house fire somewhere near me.
Wait, what?
Come on.
I hear so many fire engines, and I live in like a sleepy, quiet town.
Yeah, you live in like the burbs.
I live in the most suburban place ever, but I've heard like
Oh, no.
multiple trucks, not like relatively close, but like on the main road. They're zooming.
I hope everything's okay.
Yeah,
Well.
hope everything's okay. It's not my house, so we're chilling. You know.
Oh, the show must go on.
Anita, what'd you think of IVE's I Am?
Yeah.
Well, I think I like it more than Kitsch in a way, but I feel like I compare it to their previous tracks, and this feels a little bit less memorable in a way, and I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't know if it's like the concepting that I think feels very familiar. The sound also feels like a melody I've heard somewhere before. Not saying that there's any sort of like plagiarism or copyright. It just feels very familiar. Like I've heard this type of song before. I think an artist that I think of that has this similar sound would be like BB Rexa, something along those lines. And I felt that in previous IVE songs, they've had like a very unique aspect to them, whether it was in the choreography or in a certain line in delivery, or I don't know, something I think made them stand out in the more like pop.
Give me an
music
example.
Okay,
genre.
I will give you this, Anita. No,
Uh-huh.
I will
Yeah,
give you
yeah.
this because
Okay.
I think the one thing this song is lacking is a super memorable part, like a killing,
yeah.
like a legitimate killing part.
Really?
I feel like
I feel like
the chorus could be it.
Yeah.
Because I think
I think it's the chorus, but there's no like, this is the moment. Like, narcissistic
Decisive.
is like the killing
Yeah,
part. Like,
yeah.
decisively, that's what they wanted you to remember.
Life is autumn down, killer.
Well, obviously, it's the whole. Here's my argument with you, Anita. I think once in a while, it's fine to just drop a certified anthem track.
okay, that's fair. I guess it just feels when I mean, even though I say I prefer this over Kitsch, I feel like Kitsch has that. I don't know. It felt like that it's that chorus, that repetition at that point where I feel like okay, yes, that's that song. I was having a harder time with this one, pinpointing like okay, what is the one thing
Bro, it's
that
the
is
chorus.
It's the chorus, the
Life
whole chorus,
is
Anita.
autumn down, yeah, look,
Oh,
see,
word,
be
also,
alright,
I know what you were saying. It's the "that's my part" that
Yeah.
Yujin sings.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
no, I get what you mean now. Yeah, it's incredibly high. I didn't know she had that range, by
Dude,
the way.
it is high. It sounds. I don't know.
the whole thing is very high.
Very high.
for all
Yeah, even the Esau part in the beginning of the pre-chorus, I was like, bro, that's high. Like, when I saw her sing that part, it was the Esau into Liz part, right? Liz's part is not. It doesn't seem as high as because Esau's is all in falsetto. I want to see it live if she can do it, pull it off live on without
That's
AR.
true.
I'm very curious. No. The
Esau?
pre-chorus Esau in that part because it's all falsetto. I wonder if it's gonna strain in a live stage.
Well,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Well, we'll have to see. Obviously, that's no. I'm curious though. If they could pull it off,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
The rest of the music video, I would say though, super high quality as always. I think they've been the most consistent that I can remember in the production value of their music videos. So yeah, I feel like in that sense, the quality of their music video is top tier. I will say though that the skydiving shot I thought was a little extreme. Like,
No,
it's done
Anita,
well.
it was
It's done
fantastic.
well.
Shut
It's
up,
done
Anita.
well.
It was
I just
great.
thought like, oh wow, okay.
They threw her out of that. She jumped out of that plane, did like a Tom Cruise flip, dude. It was awesome.
A lot of flip, yeah.
I was like, she needs like safety gear. Like that's not.
No parachute, no nothing.
Nah, she's just doing it, dude. She got it, dude. She's Jang Won Young. She got this. No problem.
They need to have like do not try this at home message somewhere in the video now. Like, missing. People are gonna try that now. It's gonna be the I am challenge.
I remember back on Produce where we knew Yujin was very good at everything, right? She was extremely good. But even like based on my expectations, my voice cracked, so excited to talk about Yujin. Even back when she was in Eyes One, we knew she was good. She's at like another level now, right? Of talent.
Yep.
It's insane. Like she got the visuals. She's like singing the hardest parts of the song. She's clearly has good stage presence. She's a monster on variety show. She's on all these ads in Korea at the moment. It's like, if you were drafting the current generation of idols, she's like a top 3 pick, right? It's insane.
Yeah.
And I think on this track, she does an extremely good job. She's like ever present whenever she's singing her parts. Warren hated her bangs though, apparently.
Oh
As
no,
you said.
I think they look awful. Get rid of those bangs, please.
What?
Why? They're fine.
Nah. She looks too hot. Like like hot as in like temperature. You know what I mean? Like
She looks too hot.
I'm not sure if I'm coming on.
Hey, yo, what?
Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be sweaty on a warm day. We're hitting summer soon. You know
No,
what I mean?
she
Like,
looks powerful,
What?
dude.
It looks fine.
all
It
right.
looks fine. Do you like Ray's bangs? The pink ones?
Yeah, that looks fine.
What?
Huh?
Do you like Liz's bangs?
I'm looking at it again. Yeah, I think they look fine.
What's your deal then?
I don't know.
Liz and Yujin have like the same haircut for a lot of these shots. Dude.
Nah, she doesn't. She's like got like a Kill Bill thing going on over here, like with those.
Oh, you're talking about the girl with the ball, right?
No, not really. I don't know why I said Kill Bill to be honest.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Japanese girl who threw like the ball on the chain at Uma Thurman.
What?
You don't know Kill Bill 2?
I haven't seen Kill Bill 2. No.
Oh my
okay.
God, Warren. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Regardless, it feels like if it was the summer, my head would be very sweaty under that hairstyle. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
All I wanted to say was I think An Yujin's doing an extremely good job.
I think otherwise, yes, I agree with you 100%.
She's really good. Overall, I think my favorite part in terms of the choreography, Anita, you know how it's at like 2 minutes in, certain kids lean one direction, certain other kids lean the other direction, and they make like a crisscross pattern. I thought that that shot was really nice. I don't know.
Yes, I agree.
And you got anything else to say about this one?
I don't know. I feel like you guys like this way more than I do.
I do. I don't know about Warren.
I mean, I don't think it's the best song in the world, but at the same time, it's got a fine killer part. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's...
I don't know.
Life is a beautiful galaxy. Be a writer. Genre is a fantasy.
It as well.
Tomorrow there will be a big stage.
Maybe I'm just like a really big IVE fan at the moment. That could also be it. You know, I'm extremely biased. I like IVE.
I don't even think I'm that big of an IVE fan to begin with. I think they're cool. That's about it.
Is it clear that in this current crop of girl groups, IVE and New Jeans have set themselves way apart?
Yes.
Compared to the other kids.
I feel like if you're gonna include IVE, you gotta include New Jeans. Sorry, the Seraphim.
Oh,
really? You wouldn't include aespa first?
I thought you were gonna say aespa.
No,
I thought you were gonna say aespa because they had a really good
category right now.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wait,
Maybe
you
like
think
the
the
previous
Seraphim
generation.
is on IVE's level potentially?
I do, yeah. If you think about anti-fragile
Nah, bro, you bugging.
And, like,
You bugging.
impurities,
And I like Le Seraphim. They're my most watched side content group at the moment.
Oh.
oh no, I mean here's the thing: they're all successful. Why do we need to put them into like a category?
Okay, fine. We're all eating.
They're all
right?
doing well. Like, let's be honest here. Like, this
That's
needless
good,
content.
yes.
We're in the girl group golden era, right? Clearly,
Yep.
still,
yes.
I think. Overall, great. I would say I enjoyed this one. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit more than Anita. Just like a micro fraction more than Anita. I like this one more. Brother, please support IVE. Yes. Let's move on to the next group. We got another girl group, another group in their era of groups. We have Kep1er with Giddy. They are from Swing/Wake One. Last 3 songs: We Fresh, Up, and Wadada. How do we feel about Giddy?
Did you have to say that?
I feel like there were certain sections of the song where I thought like, oh, this is really nice. I like where this is going. But the ultimate part that kind of like took me out of it and I feel like could have worked better in a different way was the chorus.
What? Wait, you are dropping hot takes left and right. What is?
Let me
Good
tell
lord!
you my.
I need a muy caliente today. You know.
No, the reason was I think the pre-chorus I thought was really nice. And it felt like it was trending in a way where it was like going up. I don't know if that's the best description of it, but the melody of it, I liked how it was building. And then when it got to the chorus, I feel like it takes a step down. So, but it's not like a drop. It just feels like it just went down instead of keeping the momentum. And I see the appeal for it. It just felt like after hearing it a couple times, I didn't feel that it had as big of an impact as it could have if it was committed to either a very like decisive anti-drop or something, or I don't know. I just felt like
I liked it, Anita. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right then.
It felt okay. I understand what you mean. It's not a drop. It's not an anti-drop.
It's very middle.
It's just the chorus. It's just
But
the chorus.
Do you guys know what it reminds me of? Okay, this is gonna be a stretch. It somewhat reminds me of Itzy's Cheshire. There's certain parts of the song. It's the hey why so serious?
Very high, yes.
Okay,
because
maybe.
there's certain parts of the song where it could like transit, like you could do an edit on the song where it would like fit in. It would be like giddy all day. Hey, why serious? Like it fits.
Really?
You could smash them together. Do you know what I mean, Anita? Like you could smash the two songs together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I'm gonna give you a
I'm so
better
confused.
example of that. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay,
I'll take It's Cheshire, but I will give you Rising by Triple S.
Oh?
Okay, that one works better in terms of the straight song, I think.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you
yeah.
could mash those songs up and like change the key a bit. It'll fit right together. The arrangement's pretty similar too. Like it's got a very minimal like chorus with like a little bit of a bass thing going on. Anita clearly
True.
disagrees. I don't know what to tell you, Annie.
I just-
Even the
disagree,
notes that
though.
were chosen kind of match up between those two. Yeah.
I mean, between that comparison, I just feel like Rising had more of a of maybe it's just preference. The melody overall I thought worked better with the beat, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like for this one in the chorus, it is just the chorus, because when I listen to the rest of the song, I like what's going on there. I like the pre-chorus, I like the bridge, I liked the verses. It was just in the chorus I felt like, I kind of wish it went a different direction.
I think
Yeah.
I think the chorus is the killer part of the song.
I agree.
Right.
Trippity tripping trip.
They do the giddy
and then,
giddy giddy
right.
all day, and then they do like little cat motions because kitty
Exactly.
rhymes with giddy.
Exactly.
They probably should have thrown a gritty in there too. Come on, guys.
Oh.
They could have went full out with this rhyming scheme. I think. One thing is so if I think about the Kep1er songs, Wadada, Up, We Fresh, and now Giddy, it's definitely better than We Fresh. I did not like that one straight up.
Same.
And I wasn't a huge fan of Wadada. I don't think this is better than Up, but I think it's one of their better songs for sure.
Up is my favorite still.
Their Up is really good. Up is clearly their best song.
Kind of mirrors the attitude of Up as well. You know what I mean? Like it's less of
little
a
bit.
aggressive hip hop song and more of a we're just doing our fun little thing kind of track. You know?
One thing is, I complained last time that I thought the stage presence wasn't too strong, right? I think they've gotten better in front of a camera.
Okay. I'm seeing Hyuning Baye now.
Yes,
I see
I
you.
get it.
Yes,
I get it now.
She good. She good.
She's good. She's good. She's good now.
Maybe a hot take. If you're still criticizing him, I think you're just a hater at this point. It's like
I 100% agree. As someone who was a big hater at one point. not like an active hater,
Whoa.
but more just like I'm not gonna say I'm a hater, but I was just like man, there were so many. We could have had Eureka, you know? That was my big thought back in the day.
did you have a
Had what
Twitter
ifs.
account with like
No,
anti
I do not do that. I make fun of those trolls, dude. Bro, I found out that you could post stuff on iChart and the admins have to approve your comments.
Oh yeah?
I was writing some funny stuff and they were approving them.
What'd
I don't
you
know. I was
write?
just
What'd you
bored.
write in
I ain't
there?
gonna say.
I gotta go need to look.
No, yeah, but I think the kids are doing well. I want more Zhao, but I don't think they'll ever give me that.
Okay, I think you kind of mentioned that before the show as well. I thought about it. I see where you're coming from, but I think the scarcity of Xiaoting makes it really good. So I'll be honest, I don't think she's the best vocalist. I think she's there to add the little spice.
She's shouting though.
She's the little bit of spice on the little meal. You know what I mean? Like it's good. It's good. I just don't give me too much of it. You also complained about having too much of a certain person.
I think they're still putting a lot more Daeon than necessary, even though I think Daeon's good.
Okay.
I feel like I didn't feel it as much in this comeback.
But it's been a
you talked about someone
reoccurring
else
Yeah.
before the show.
it's been a reoccurring theme though. Oh, who else?
You talked about Cheon.
Well, she's the center.
Cheon,
I
number
understand
one.
that at the end of the day. If anything, I thought that with some of their other releases, it felt more like Daeon won than Chaehyun won.
Wait, Cheon won the entire show?
Yes, she was number one,
Yes.
dude. Bahia was too.
Oh, I forgot. I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I see. Right before I was referring to Cheon because you were like they're pushing Cheon too much, and like
No, I said they were. No, I did not say that.
really?
I said there was too much Daeon and she's Mnet's daughter still.
Oh, maybe I'm like growing old or something.
No, right, Anita? I swear, I didn't. I thought Cheon had a good amount, like a correct amount of parts.
Okay, yeah. If we're talking about Daeon, I kind of agree.
God damn it, you're making me into an anti
No,
right now.
No.
No, I like Cheon. I voted for.
Oh, see, that's what I thought. I was confused. Oh, I had this I had this whole paragraph about why Cheon's required and like necessary in the song.
No, she's 100%. She won the show.
Damn it. Okay.
I was saying that Daehyun got like she wasn't top 2, but she gets a lot more screen time than other kids.
Okay.
That's been my prevailing thought. But I thought that I agree with it. They reeled it back a little, and it wasn't as like crazy.
But okay, even then, like her parts are like mostly the rap parts, and I'm listening to this song, and it's very pleasant until you start hitting the hip hop parts and the rap parts. I'm like, it's not bad. It's just I'm just questioning was that necessary? Because we could have gone and had like a normal verse like we did in verse 1, and instead you had a hip hop transition and then this whole trap rap thing. And I was like, it's kind of sticks out in like a random way. I'm not sure if that was the best idea to go, because other than that, it was a good mood, a good vibe, and very like consistent throughout. No?
If anything, we're lacking on a bit of Yujin in this track, I think. And I
Yeah.
would
I remember her
also,
parts though. Yeah.
I would also say Yesa, but then she ate someone at the end of the music video. So
Oh yeah, she does.
she
Mhm.
yeah, literally eats Cheon, I think. So I don't know.
Hungry.
One part I wanted to also say that I thought was a little odd was the after the first chorus. There's
like, give me some.
yes.
Okay.
What happened there? Because it doesn't occur again in the song.
They
It
just
felt
wanted to
very
have a
odd.
chanty part, I
It was a
think.
bridge. It was a bridge.
No, that wasn't the bridge though, because it was right after the first chorus, and then we go back to the regular verses.
You're talking
pre-chorus.
about the hip hop, the yelly hip hop part.
Yes.
Yeah, the
yes.
yelly hip hop part in the hallway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's very out of place.
Yeah, I don't know.
The second time you do the chorus, you go straight into like the bridge into the third chorus, and I was like, that's fine. They could have done that with the second chorus, but no. It
Yeah,
felt like
but
we
I-
were doing We Fresh all over again, or Wadada all over again, just for like 8 bars. I'm like, is that really necessary? I don't know. Apparently it is. But other than that, I don't know. The whole like Giddy. That's like so addicting. You know
That's
what I mean?
so good. No, that's a great part,
It's like
right?
it's very hook songy, you know, like you know, like back in the tiara poppy kind of days, and like you know what I mean. Like,
Do we know how much
Oh.
longer this group has? Let me see.
Is that like a year and a half more or so?
Oh yeah, it's June 2024. Okay, we got another year.
One
We're
more
good.
year.
Oh, okay.
They got like 3 to 4 songs left in them. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
You know, Kep1er's an interesting thing because they are selling well. They sell like 300, 200, 400,000 each time. They got a decent fandom going on. Would you like Kep1er to do a different style of music, Warren, in the future?
See, I feel like they keep going back and forth between this aggressive hip hop thing and like a more laid back kind of pop thing. I feel like they're better with this / up kind of mood, you know, a little more laid back, but also
like more
upbeat.
up.
Yeah, up is cool too. This is cool too. I would like more of that. The whole like I personally I understand there's a market for it, but the whole aggressive, in your face rap chant yell thing. Maybe you can leave that in 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, before the show began. I don't know. This is my personal sake.
Okay, Kep1er, let's go. We had a decent week of songs. Other ones, Haze with Vingle. I actually really like this track.
But you like it?
I haven't heard it.
Unironically, I think it's like good in a bad way. Like I don't know how to. You gotta check this one out. They even have instructions on when you should flip your phone to watch this music video.
Oh my
Whoa.
god!
Like there's instructions in it. Yeah, it's interactive.
Boy.
She's doing this weird techno thing right now. Like I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'll check it out.
She's doing dance music. It's kind of interesting. We had NCT Mark with Golden Hour via NCT Lab, and then we had the return of Card with Without You. So those were the other tracks this week.
I did do my due diligence with the card track. It's nice. It's fun. You just
It's okay. Yeah.
don't have.
You
to
don't like Vingle, dude.
Vingle. Yeah, I don't like Vingle. What is that?
I like it, dude. I think Hayes is doing some interesting, weird stuff, dude. I enjoy it.
I don't. I have very mixed feelings about P Nation these days. This is one of them.
True.
I'm not sure what they're doing over there.
Okay, Spice King. Last week, episode 230, Billy's Anoya got 2 crowns, right? Kai's Rover, Nugene Zero tied for second place, which means Billy is eligible for Hall of Spice consideration if they pick up a 3rd crown this week. The new candidates, though, are Apink's D&D, Agust D, People Part 2 featuring IU, IVE, I Am, and Kep1er's Giddy. Okay, 3rd place, I have Apink D&D, right? I enjoyed that song.
Okay.
That was pleasant. I thought it was nice.
Right?
First place, I was debating between number 1. I took New Jeans off my chart. I took
Oh,
Rover off my
really?
chart.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I was between Anoya and I Am,
Ooh.
and I came to the conclusion that I enjoy I Am more. So I am putting Ive's I Am in first place.
Okay.
okay.
I'm going to put Billy's Anoya in second, and then obviously third. I said Apink's D&D.
Well, my chart is very different. I'll start in third place as well. I still have New Jeans 0 in
Okay.
my chart, and I placed it in third. Honestly, I didn't expect to like the song so much, but I've just found myself going back to it a lot because I really like the beat. I like the vocals. It's not perfect because I still can't really get into the chorus, but I don't know. I'm really interested in this song, and I'm excited for their full comeback sometime soon, I guess. Second place, going down a spot, I have Billy. I still really like the song, but I think I like it a little less than the first place, which I'm gonna give to Apink, actually.
Wow.
D&D.
Wait, first place is Apink?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe I've been missing like
Oh my
the
God,
vocals
Anita.
from them. But I really liked the sound for them. I think I'm also a little biased towards this. Like, I like to call it like runway type of songs, like fashion type of songs. And I don't know. I really liked how they performed. I love the vocals in the chorus. Yeah, I like this comeback for them.
Wow.
It's nice.
To be quite frank, didn't know you'd be choosing that one. I guess you're just a big house fan.
I am. I'm biased towards that sound.
I don't know. I kind of knew you were a house fan, just not this much, I guess. Well, I mean, I Am's also a house track. That's on second place for me because I also like house music. Just different.
Second place, though?
Second place, yeah. What? Why?
Okay. Who's in first?
I can't put it on second place if I want to put it on second. What are you
No,
implying?
I'm just
Yeah.
curious. I'm curious.
I'm like pissing on my chart these days for like putting something. Here's the thing. I'm just kidding. Here's the thing. I like all of these songs. I'll be honest. I like all of these. And I feel like, especially the songs this week, I feel like they're gonna grow on me, especially because all of them are very, very listenable tracks. I Am, for what it is the most aggressive of all of them. But at the same time, I it's not like aggressively in your face, if that makes any sense. Anyways, I imagine it's gonna get higher, but for now it's on second place for me. Giddy's on third.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Like a weird side bit. Do you guys know how to say giraffe in Korean?
Oh,
It's
I forgot.
It's kirin.
Oh, yeah, Giddy. Yeah, you going for
Giddy.
Giddy.
I swear to God, first time I heard the song, I thought they were saying kirin the whole day. I
Giraffe,
was like, are you a
giraffe,
giraffe?
I think they say giddy, but then they do cat motions. They should have just called it kitty.
Yeah, I was like, you should have just called the song kitty. I don't know. Anyways,
Is it Noya in first for you, dude?
Oh, that's what I was foreshadowing.
Whoa.
It is.
Whoa!
Still, it's a good song.
It's a
Oh my
good song.
goodness.
It's even. I like it even better than I did last week. It's grown on me a lot.
Whoa.
It's very highly listenable, re-listenable, very chill. At the same time, very, very groovy. Fits into every playlist I got. Great track. Zero is I like Zero too. Don't get me wrong, Anita. It's just there's a lot of songs out there that are similar to that, but don't have a stupid chorus that's like Coca-Cola.
Honestly, sometimes I skip the chorus.
So you were okay. Okay, I'm glad. But yeah, that's my chart.
Wow.
Yeah, I am Giddy.
Gochu Gang had I Am in first place with 46 points.
Nice.
Nice.
Second place, they had Anoya from Billy with 36.
Nice.
And in third, they had Apink D&D just barely beating out
Yay.
Giddy.
Nice.
So as a result, third place with 7 points is Apink's D&D.
Let's go.
Second place is IVE I Am with 13. And picking up their third crown with 14 points is Billy Anoya.
Let's go.
Entering the Hall of Spice.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
They are joining for the class of 2023 only New Jeans Ditto and New Jeans OMG. And now Billy Anoya.
Dude, we're like,
Wow.
That's crazy.
man, we're truly in the era of girl groups that do chill pop, bedroom
Shout
pop.
out to
True.
Billy.
Yeah.
Oh, can I make a quick aside before I go to music show winners?
What's up?
This is a weird thing. I don't know why. This past week, I've had extremely vivid dreams.
Okay.
Like, I generally have, when I dream, I have very vivid dreams. Like, it's like a movie plays out. Sometimes
Wow.
they're so vivid that I wake up, like, tired still. Because I use so much brain power in my sleep.
Wow. Okay.
I had 2 K-pop related dreams this week.
What happened?
What
The
happened?
first one was in Ann Arbor, where we went to college. For some reason, an EMP went off in the city, so no electronics were working. And I had to guide Jang Hao from voice planet to somewhere. That happened in the first stream.
Oh my god.
The second dream was last night. We were in southern France, probably near Monaco, and I was a part of New Jeans' security team, and we had to smuggle them to Netherlands through France.
What?
That was the dream. So I was driving in the car, and I had fake passports and documents to like let us through, and I was thinking like, yo, if they like pull the guns on me, I'm gonna drive through the barricade. Like that was the dream, dude.
Kind of Bond movie.
Yeah, dude.
EMP,
crazy dreams.
fake.
There was an EMP in Ann Arbor, and I had to smuggle New Jeans from southern France to Netherlands.
Wow.
That's a long drive. I mean,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we had like this van, and it was me and the crew, and we're smuggling New Jeans.
were you
for some
successful?
Reason. We got through we got through the barricade somehow. The guy took my fake papers. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
The only K-pop related dream I had was Momo was in my dream from Twice.
I had another one too this week. This one's not, I don't remember as much, but it had something to do with like Sung Han-bin was at my parents' fishing store, and there was like a mafia story. Someone betrayed at the end.
Mafia store?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I got stabbed at the end of that one.
Wow.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, at least you survived.
Yeah, dude, I've been having these crazy dreams lately. It's been insane.
Yeah, the only K-pop related dream I had was like Momo was in my dream at some point in college, and she was there as a classmate, and like I was doing a group assignment with Momo, me, and like two other kids from like I know from class, and she like goofed up her like entire section of the code, and we were you goofed up our entire project, our Python program run because of you, Momo.
Escorting Jang Hao through Ann Arbor after an EMP went off was insane, dude. You had to be there.
Were you guys
it was
walking,
crazy.
or like were you guys on a truck, or like?
We started on State Street and we ended up in like IM building basement for some reason.
Were you guys walking,
Wow.
or like were you guys on a truck, or like?
We're walking. There's an EMP. Nothing works.
Yeah, walk.
Cars
You gotta walk,
I
dude.
guess they wouldn't.
Yeah. So those were the dreams I had.
You could be on horseback.
We're a show winners now, Anita. Hit us with them.
Okay, we have a couple here. First off, Jimin with Like Crazy won a countdown to Music Bank, so he has a total of 4 wins with this song. Then we have I with Kitsch. They won in Show Music Core Ninkigayo, so they have 2 wins with this song. Then we have Jisoo with Flower, first win in Show Champion, and then Billy with Aonoya on the show won their first win ever. So 510 days since debut.
Oh wow!
So shout out to
Dang.
Billy. Jisoo first
Shout out to
solo win
Billy.
as well. You know?
Yes.
We had some nice wins here. All right, that wraps up part 1. So talk episode 231. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 231. We're going to talk about some news and events from the past week. All right, on April 6th, prosecutors raided Kakao and Kakao Entertainment over the allegations of market manipulation that arose during the acquisition of SM Entertainment. The case will be led by the Financial Investigations Unit of the Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office, and the search and seizure was by the Special Police of the Financial Supervisory Service. The FSS referred the case to prosecution after fast-tracking the investigation eternally for a month. Official from Kakao and Kakao Entertainment stated that it was difficult to confirm whether there was an investigation. All right, that was a lot of words, messed up a bit.
Yeah.
Basically, Kakao Entertainment got raided because there are allegations of market manipulation, which is a very serious thing. And the Korean government talked about it internally for a month, and then they just decided, yeah, we got to raid them to get info.
But, I mean, is this
Interesting.
a surprise? Let's be honest.
Not really, especially because
Yeah.
they magically ended up with the right percentage they needed at the end, right?
Suspicious.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't got much more to say about this, but we'll have to see what happens because this is clearly going to develop in some direction.
Story ain't over till it's over, folks.
All right, so that was that one. Next one, Chu has signed an exclusive contract with ATRP, not AARP, not the retirement service in America, but ATRP. ATRP CEO Kim Jin-mi was previously an executive director at WM Entertainment.
Okay.
Interesting.
So Chu has signed with a new label, so she is. It seems like she is not joining Mod House with the other Luna girls. So I
Alright,
guess
well.
that's not happening. But he's going to have a new career at this
Yeah.
ATRP. She was kind of doing a one-woman solo thing with her mom at a certain point. I remember.
Family stuff.
But now she's joined an actual label.
I'm kind of interested in what they're going for. Like that image on screen right now of Chu.
very different.
Very different. Much more
It's
mature.
a very actress model type thing, right?
Yeah, look at me. I'm serious. I'm an adult Chu now.
Not like Chu can do it, right?
No, this is
not
like-
that
Very
line.
different.
This is Jiwoo
Yeah.
Kim, not Chu. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically. Next one. We normally don't cover comeback news, but this is a big one. It's New Jeans. According to Star News, New Jeans will drop a comeback pre-release track in June for a new album release in July.
I'm so excited.
Go.
Very exciting, guys, right? We got-
Summertime. Yes.
yeah, it's a summertime New Jeans. We got 2 tracks at a minimum. We'll have to see.
Great.
Better be an album. Good lord, if it's 2 tracks. I
Next
swear.
one, mobile game,
Oh.
Blackpink the Game, to release in Q2 this year. Blackpink the Game will allow players to enter the multiverse of Blackpink and play in different game modes. Exclusive music videos and OSTs will also be released.
What is
so
this?
The game.
Blackpink got a game before I got my Kwangya MMO from SM.
Yeah. What's up with that?
What is this?
What is the storyline gonna be
In
though?
Q2, they're challenging like Diablo 4's release, right? It
Oh.
seems that's their direct competitor, right?
Wait, do we have any idea of like what genre of game this is gonna be? Is this like a tycoon or like a...
No, we have no clue.
RPG.
But
Is
there's a
this-
game.
Am I gonna go hunting for slimes as Lisa? Like, is that what I'm gonna do?
Hey, it's Blackpink the Game,
Okay.
The game.
Interesting. I'm curious.
I mean, a lot of these
Okay.
K-pop companies have done these mobile games, which are kind of like
True.
meh at the end of the day, right? It's like there's like a you play like one mini game is essentially what a lot of these mobile games are, but we haven't seen like a actually fully fleshed out game in any capacity, like a Blackpink Impact or something. So we will have to see.
There's images have popped up from the video game. Doug, open this
Ooh.
link I'm gonna send you right
It's
now.
in the link. Oh, open the link,
There's a lot of ads on the screen, but I'm sure you can navigate.
bro. Ad blocker. We're Gucci.
Oh, okay, good. I mean, I have ad blocker on too. But...
Oh, it's loading kind of slow. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Oh
I'm seeing
God.
some stuff.
Oh God.
Well, at least they have avatars, like.
Is this Teddy? It is, right? In
on
the back?
background?
Is that him? It has to be, right?
Who else?
With Teddy, I
With
guess.
the black
Oh
hoodie
my
and the black
God.
face mask? Yeah, that's him.
Hey,
Interesting.
if they were smarter, they should have just made like a Cartwriter clone or something.
Okay, that's low-key difficult to make, let's be honest.
True, because
Yeah.
you have to handle physics and things like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. If it's a game where you're like, it sounds like you're gonna be Blackpink's producer and you're gonna grow Blackpink in the world of whatever this world. So it's gonna be a growth
Like
game,
what we play.
essentially.
What we play.
Essentially,
Bro, the microtransactions are gonna be intense. I'm assuming for this, right?
Possibly.
It has to be. It has to be.
man, I get to play as Teddy. I'm excited now.
Yeah, you're basically Teddy, I think, in this game. Next one. So CJ got in trouble, right? So if you remember back in the day, back in the day, there was a produced series and they rigged it all, and then they had scapegoats, right? The Auden PD and a couple other staff members went to jail for this,
Yeah.
so that CJ didn't actually get in that much trouble, so they sent this guy to jail, right? So they got in trouble because they rehired him after he came out of jail.
What the heck?
Oh,
And
What
then
was
they
the
also
point?
hired the lady who rigged Idol School.
Why?
So they rehired both
What
of them
kind
and had to apologize.
So stupid.
You know what it is? It really feels like they're like, we're gonna pin this on you, but we'll give you a job and a lot of money if you go to jail, right? That's what it's more and
That was
more
the deal they
feeling
cut?
like.
No.
Have you guys seen Veteran?
Yes,
You know,
yes.
have you guys seen? Okay, spoiler alert for Veteran. You know that scene where like the uncle, but like second in charge in the company, he's like from a different family, so like technically he can't win anything. He's like on the lower stick of everything. And then at one point, when everybody's in trouble, they bring him over for lunch, and the rich family is like, "Hey, you know, I heard eel's good for your health. Hey, take my eel. Take my eel too."
I remember this scene.
And then
yeah.
there's suddenly, and then the old dad's like suddenly like, "Hey, we're going through some trouble right now. You're gonna take one for the family, and you're gonna go to jail for a year. We'll get you out."
So Aunt PD went to jail for 2 years. He caught for 2 years. I
They
believe.
just hired him back.
And they hired him back. I don't know if they
That's
fired him
so-
again, but it does not seem they did. And then they also hired the lady who super rigged Idol School, which people believe Idol School was even more heavily rigged than Produce was.
Much more heavily, yes.
Yeah, so she also went to jail for 1
man.
year. So they rehired them.
Okay, the latest release from Mnet and CJENM is that yes, they have re-entered Mnet, and they are discussing their future plans with Mr.
But
An
the
and
fact
Mr.
that they-
Discussing?
Isn't this ridiculous though that they
It
hired both of the
is.
riggers?
What's
On
the
the show.
point?
I don't know what to say. This is dumb as balls. This is like, there's not a different way to put it. This is stupid. Like,
Yeah, I just don't understand why you would hire either of the people who like rigged those shows.
here's the thing. An Junyoung in general, I can't speak for Kim Taeun, but An Junyoung in general has a very big portfolio within Mnet. He produces, yes, he was popular with Produce. He did Dancing 9. He did like one of the most popular seasons of Superstar K. He's
All
a,
the survival shows.
yeah, he's like a big part of Mnet's success in the last 2 decades in general. Like he has a part in Show Me the Money, a part in Voice Korea. Like,
Dang.
yeah.
But I
So-
feel like that stains the reputation, though, knowing that, yeah, he had a hand in all of that, but he
Here's the
also
thing.
had a hand in this.
They are
and
free
then-
to do this as long as we keep watching these shows. You know, at the end of the day,
That's true.
that's like there's nothing about them rehiring that's gonna change anyone's enjoyment of Boys Planet. To be honest, right? Like that's the
I just feel
overarching
like
issue.
it feels like, I don't know. It just feels like they have no shame.
Isn't it ridiculous
shame
though,
at all.
that this happened? Isn't it ridiculous?
Stupid. What
It's
a world are we
ridiculous.
living in? Good lord.
Okay, Queendom Puzzle in May. They're gonna start. I think they're gonna start announcing lineups in May for
Okay.
Queendom Puzzles. You're probably like, what the hell? Another Queendom? Oh, Queendom Puzzle will launch in June, right? They're gonna announce groups in May. Unlike previous seasons, Queendom Puzzle will focus on individual members instead of the groups as a whole, where individuals will compete for a spot in a project group, which inherently makes no sense to me because
Then they can't.
let's say I run a girl group, right? Why would I send my girls onto this show where our most popular girl might win the show and then she's not like able to promote with the group?
I feel like the only way I can see this
If they do both,
making
right?
sense, if it would be if it's a group where, okay, they're maybe not in the best position at the moment, right? They have a person
Oh,
they
okay.
feel
So
like,
you mean like we kind of screwed, so this is a last stitch.
yeah, like trying to bring attention after the show, maybe. I feel like that's the only logical reason.
Yeah,
I would
that has
see
to
it.
be it. Because like imagine we have Soyeon and she wins and then she can't do G Idol, right? Like
That
that'd
doesn't
make no
make
sense.
sense.
That was the premise of the unit back in the day, right? Idol rebooting
Dude,
program unit.
The unit was bro, I watched that. That
Oh,
was
that
like the
was-
biggest rain ego trip ever. That show.
No, that was the other issue of it. But like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Based on the reputation Queendom has, I'm gonna guess that's not what is happening. Because if they're actually rebooting actual dead, groups that are
I
considered
don't
dead.
know. I don't think
Right.
they would be dead. They
Or-
would just be like not as noticed.
Here, what I'm trying to say is, if it has the same premise as the unit, they would be promoting that. That's not what they're doing, and therefore, I'm guessing they're picking people out from active girl groups,
Yeah.
such as Rocket Punch, such as Wakey Makey, such as Cosmic Girls. These groups in the mid to lower tier that we
Yes.
haven't heard of in a hot minute.
Cosmic Girl is
In
not
a
in
minute.
mid-lower tier, by the way.
Everglow, you know, like these groups.
Everglow needs to just have a regular comeback. They've been gone for like 2
They should.
They've
years.
been gone for a long time, you know. Which in my head is an awful idea, kind of similar to the way Duggan's thinking, because this is more of a
It just doesn't make sense.
this is more of a Korean community thing and less of an American community thing. But the concept of being an all fan is like a very big basis of the K-pop community, and it's the idea of you support the entire group, not individual members.
Correct.
You support the entire group, because otherwise we're gonna have the Princeton situation all over again, where
It's not
member fans are
beneficial.
shitting on each other.
Yeah.
We don't want that. We want the entire group to be successful together, because they're in it together as a team. This is actively promoting against that, in my
The
head.
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's kind of dumb. It's gonna really magnify who the popular kids are in your group.
Yeah.
Potentially.
We don't want. That's never a good thing. We have so much proof that that is not a good
Hey,
thing, and not
they
long-term
have
sustainable.
enough people to announce in May, so we'll have to see. So people have agreed
Oh
to do this.
boy.
Here's the thing: if it's a single comeback as the project group, I will accept that.
Yeah.
It's
But
fine.
like, but if
Yeah,
they're
low
signed on for
stakes.
3 years and all that,
No.
All right,
yeah.
next one. Chillin'. They won. They were the winner. Oh wait, is this a spoiler? It's news. I don't know anyone who's watching this, by the way. So the quick spoiler, but Chillin' was announced as the winners of the next. They ended the show with a total of 858,000 votes and master points.
nice.
So not Chillin'. So this show, right, the next battle of K-pop girl groups was essentially it was a VR battle. So you watched the show on VR. Number one.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how it was. They had like a VR camera there, so you could move around while you're watching it, right? Eunhyuk from Super Junior hosted, and the groups that were a part of it were Busters, Classy, Chilling, Pink Fantasy, and Pixie. So these
Okay.
not lower tier, but lesser known girl groups were on the show, and Chilling ended up winning. So shout out to them.
Nice. Congrats.
Boom. Okay, next one. ZB label shared that Alexa has recently signed with American management company Intertwine Music. CEO of Intertwine Music, I'm not going to try to pronounce that name because there's no way I'm going to be able to say it, has worked with BTS, Monsta X, and Sonyoshide's Tiffany Young in the local American market. So basically, it seems like Alexa is gearing up to do Western promotions, which makes sense because you remember she won the American Song Contest
Yeah.
last
Makes
year.
sense.
And she speaks English because she's from Oklahoma. So this all makes sense to me that she would want to do Western promotions as well.
Nice.
Shout out to Alexa. All right, finally, there's 3 militaries. Monsta X Minhyuk going into the military. GOT7's Jin Young going into the military. And N-Flying's Jaehyun will all be entering the military in the next week or so.
Okay.
Best of luck to their healthy
Yes.
and safe service and duty.
All right, finally, next week in terms of songs, right? Dream Node, Chaeyeon, Park Ji-hoon, Yeon from CLC, Vote Bygone 4, NCT unit Do Jae-jung, Highlights Kigwang, and Tempest are all coming back in the upcoming week. So that should be pretty
Alright.
interesting.
All right.
All right, this ends part 2. So you talk episode 231. What are we doing after the break, Warren?
We are having a 2023 edition K-pop Trends World Cup. It's going to be best of 8.
Ooh.
It's been
Okay.
updated to all the hottest trends of the hot 2023 in the high temperatures. So if that is interesting too, come check it out. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys after the break then. If you just wanted to watch the main episode, this is your point to kick off. But if you want to join us for that World Cup, we'll see you after then. 3, 2, 1.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Delmonic, Ellie, Irvtron, Flaco Louie, Genki Boy, Ogumama, Honey Pools, Jacob, Williams Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and J Parks. Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Nerd, Koala, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right, we are here at the Afterhours State of the Nation Open Discussion. Today we are doing the K-pop Trends 2023 World Cup brought to you by Warren.
Yes, I am the sponsor of today's episode, brought to you by Warren. Please advertise to your folks how great I am. Use the special code in the link down below to get a 15% off of a 2-year trial of me. I don't know what I'm saying. I've seen too much YouTube. That's what I'm saying. Okay, what we're doing today, K-pop Trends 2023 edition. 2 years ago, we did a World Cup of trends and cliches that were active back in 2021. Which, you know, we had our fair amount of trends. We were still doing a little bit of tropical pop. We had what else did we have? We had like
Moombathon, maybe?
yeah, Moombathon was like disco
Girl
was
Crush?
there,
Is that a
retro
thing?
synthwave was there.
Oh, yeah, like La Di Da from Everglow.
Oh yeah,
That was
a
banger,
big
though.
one.
That was a banger.
You know, clearly those tracks, they're still around, but they're not as trendy anymore.
Nope.
So I thought with all the new trends we got in 2023 / last year, why don't we give it a bit of a refresh? So we're going to go through 8 ones. So it's going to be a little short, but it is what it is. Let's start from round 1. All right, we have trendsetter baddie concept comebacks versus
Ooh.
Y2K concepts.
Oh,
I like the left one. I have not.
Really?
I never liked the Y2K concept revival.
Really?
I like it when it's. I think there's some instances where it leans in a way that it feels a little heavy, but when it's done well, it's really good. Y2K concept.
The first place I saw it was the variety show Jigu Arcade when they had their whole concept thing for the first trip was Y2K
Right.
in terms of clothing. I just didn't like it. I don't know. Was just not a huge fan.
I think a part of it is definitely the nostalgia factor. Also, I mean, it's a glorified version of Y2K because, like I mentioned earlier,
A little
nobody's
different, yeah.
walking around in Justin Timberland denim suit
they-
jackets, you know?
I think the Y2K in Korea also correlated with the whole usage of the word MZ, as well. I think they kind of came up around the same time, and I think it's so overused these days that I just like attribute both of them together.
I don't know. I feel like Y2K as a phrase makes sense. MZ generation does not. It's just a fancy way of
MZ
saying
is just
younger
like
kids.
it's like old people want to be young. I think it comes off really cringy.
What's MZ?
Oh, you don't know?
I don't.
It's the combination of millennials and Gen Z. So all of you millennials and Gen Z on TikTok hear that, y'all are disgusted by that phrase. I know you guys will be if you hear this.
MZ.
They cluster
Yeah.
everybody between like 40, 30, 20, 10, everybody together that's decently young.
It's like 1981 to 2005. They just shove us all
That doesn't
together.
make any
It's, like-
sense.
That's
Yeah.
a big chunk.
And I'm like, a lot of the
So-
celebrities on like Korean TV will show up and they're like, wow, I heard this is popular with the MZ generation.
Like,
And I'm
imagine
like, you
Anita-
guys are the MZ generation. What the F are you
Imagine
guys
on like
talking
Running
about?
Man because they're all over like 35, right? And older, like someone in their 40s, right? At this point, they say it all the time. Like I think a really good example of someone who mentions it all the time is like haha, right? Because he likes to do younger people trends in general, but he mentions MZ like consistently.
But the thing is, like, if you actually think about how old Ha is, he's gonna be an older millennial.
yeah, he's not that old. He's like 40. Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? You are the MZ. Ah, this is so stupid. Anyways,
Yeah.
I hate
But
the
that
phrase.
doesn't equate to Y2K.
Yes, we got off track a little bit. Y2K, you know, it's like a glorified concept.
It's
of-
embedded in there, and they see that the MZ kids are dressing in Y2K, so it's kind of smashed together a little bit at certain points.
whenever you read like Korean trend reports about fashion and whatnot, it'll be like, oh, like the MZ generation is like going crazy over low rise, wide
Yep.
fit baggy jeans, crop tops.
Juicy couture sweatsuits, you know.
And
things
I mean,
like
they
that.
kind of are. I'm not gonna deny that. I mean, that's a popular fashion trend in America too, for all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I you know, whenever I go outside, I wear very slim fitting crop tops and a baggy white jeans with the Adidas Gazelles. No, sorry. I don't know. I mean, Anita, you're definitely a big fan of the Y2K concept. You have said
I
this
am.
everywhere.
Yes.
Ah, fam.
The trendsetter baddie concept. I avoided using the word girl crush because it's a little different. You know what I mean?
It's different.
Yeah. The girl crush concept is, I was like, you know, you can't stop us. We're like, you know, like, trendsetter baddie concept is more like, we don't care. We're just gonna do our thing. I don't. You do you. I don't give a. I don't give a F.
nonchalant.
Yeah, it's a little different. You know, it's a lot more laid back, if you will. It's a lot more like almost luxury, and that's where I felt like IVE was doing that really, really well. Cause
if you remember back in the day, like 4 Minute Crazy was sort of like they did this really.
No, I would say that's Girl Crush. That's very different.
Oh, you would say that's straight Girl Crush?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like 4 Minute was like 4 Minute 21. They were like peak Girl Crush.
I feel like the baddie concept nowadays is more like Warren mentions equated with like luxury, like brands. Like
Okay, I see.
how you dress.
It's like, I'm rich. I don't care.
Oh.
I'm just beautiful. And I didn't even try. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. I don't know.
I still like Y2K though.
I like Y2K. Don't get me wrong, Anita. I'm sorry.
So if Girl Crush was like step on me, baddie is like step over me. Right?
Don't even look at me.
No, right?
Yes, don't look at me.
No, but my analogy makes complete sense. It's like I'm not even gonna give you the time of day. I'm just gonna step over you. I don't really care.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Where the Girl Crush was more like step on them. I think that makes way more sense. Derailed the whole conversation.
Dude, I forgot. Dude, my train of thought is gone. I was gonna pick trendsetter baddie concept because I feel like it has more room for expansion, whereas Y2K is kind of limited to like a fashion style, cargo jeans, bait beanies. You know, like that's all cool. But
if you think about what LE SSERAFIM is doing, and you think of what IVE does in certain songs, I think it's really cool and aesthetic.
I feel like I will admit, like in terms of music wise, IVE is kind of in the middle. Like they definitely have both of their thing going on, but I don't know. I choose trendsetter baddie concept.
All right.
Is that the winner?
Yes.
Nobody changed the name.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next in the round of quarterfinals, we have brand designing versus short songs. Let me explain a little bit.
Oh.
Oof.
Brand design is something I noticed as personally as a designer. These groups, these companies are putting a lot of effort into building a brand identity and figuring out how they look visually and also as an identity. They add the whole attitude thing, and it shows. I didn't choose this. I took this image from like a different article, but the IVE logo and the LE SSERAFIM logo, these two have been really strongly pushing it in all of their promotion stuff. Like
I agree. Yep.
Yeah, like if you go look at the IVE music video from today, there's like a scene with where the chipset kind of explodes, right? And the IVE logo is there. Like
and it's on the statue as well, the award that they gave out. Yeah.
Right, the little trophy thing. New Jeans, that's a bad image example. The better image would be the rabbit.
The bunny, yes.
The bunny, yeah. That's
the LE SSERAFIM one is like high fashion. Like the way they're doing
that was how it
I like
from
that
the
one a lot.
concept.
it's very brutalist, if you will. You know, it's a very I'm furious. You cannot stop us. You know, like I don't know why I said that in that accent. I'm sorry. So I realized that I saw this as like a really rising trend with like newer groups. It's like they're building a strong brand identity right from the get-go. That people can kind of latch onto. Because if you look at, I don't know, like Big Bang had a logo, but was it pushed to this degree? No.
I always thought that the LE SSERAFIM logo reminded me of some of the cartoons by Keith Haring, in terms of the jagged way that thing in the middle is. I'll give Warren and Anita an example. Like I always thought it looked like some of the wolf humanoids used to make.
Oh.
Here, let me.
That's
I kind of see it.
That's what I always thought.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's pretty. Yeah, I see the resemblance.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that for some reason when I saw their logo. I don't know. Maybe that's what they were inspired by.
They have a whole branding video somewhere on YouTube. And
the best example is like this picture. That one. You know?
Here, copy link.
If you cut those two dogs or wolves and you paste them together from the body side, like cat dog, it looks like the LE SSERAFIM logo.
Kind of does.
Right?
I mean, if you look at the branding video, I think the meaning of it is that the characters like connect and they explode. Like the A is connected to the A, the E is connected to the E. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Because if you rearrange the letters of "I'm fearless," you end up with the seraphim. That was the way it was explained in the branding video.
Wait, it does?
Yeah, you
does.
didn't know till now.
Wait, Doug.
How did I not know this?
I was explaining it to you.
I didn't. What?
Dude, it's just connect the dots.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, see, but the level of like thought out, like the storyline, how things fit together. I like that. I like the brand designing we're seeing nowadays.
I like that even more now.
And the specific reason I grouped these groups together is because if you look at their cover art, there's a very consistent brand design there too, especially with the Seraphim and New Jeans. You know, very blatant.
The bunny,
and it works really well. So.
And the Seraphim has the broken with the gold, like the Japanese art where you fill the cracks with gold. Some of the stuff they've been using.
Yeah. That was in the anti-fragile one.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
So that's brand design versus short songs. Now, the example I have here is Kai's Rover EP, the third mini album. And if you look at the runtime of these songs,
I see that.
Rover runs 2 minutes 54 seconds. Black Mirror is 2 minutes 55. Flighting 2 minutes 43. Bamba 3 minutes 7. Say You Love Me 3 minutes 22. And Sinner 3:06. So generally, nothing passes the early 3 minute cut line. You know what I mean? Like everything's like in the late 2 minutes, early 3 minutes kind of cut line. And these songs run kind of short.
I'm not a fan of that, to be honest.
Yeah? Why is that?
Sometimes I feel like you can fit everything that would make sense for the song in less than 3 minutes. Sometimes it works. But I think it takes some time to really develop a song sometimes, and I think artists are being restricted to a certain format that maybe it's not for the sake of the song, but for the sake of like what is now standard. And I feel like maybe that shouldn't be the case.
People have been saying it's a part of the streaming trend, you know, like it helps people stream the song a lot, and then, you know, the more you stream it, the higher it gets in the charts. So that's, you know, that's the business value of it. But like you mentioned, a lot of the songs, if anything, most of the songs we've been covering this year don't have an outro or have an abrupt outro. Or like
even this IVE track had like a really sudden ending.
Yeah, it was sudden.
Like intros have like 4 bars, half a bar, 1 bar, like none, you know, like they'll cut out the bridge, they'll cut out a whole, like Zero had 2 choruses and 2 verses. That's typically very short for a pop song too. That being said, I'm not sure if you need a third run of Coca-Cola Mashita, but like, you know, like I don't know. Doug, what are your thoughts on the short song trend?
Okay, so I'm big on the TikTok and YouTube Shorts type thing. Where my attention span has gotten worse, I think.
Are you the Gen Z of the group now? Is that what it is?
Bro, when there's a YouTube video where I'm like trying to figure out something real quick, like I need to learn how to do something on YouTube, I play it at double speed because I don't have the attention span to sit there.
Can I be honest? I had a house party last weekend. All my recipes came from TikTok.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done something like that too.
It's just very easy to consume really quickly. I had to learn it real quickly.
Like, I'm going to H Mart tomorrow to buy food for a recipe I saw on TikTok. Like, they're gonna make the cod from Nobu in Los Angeles. But I saw it on a TikTok. So.
And you learned the recipe in like less than a minute. You're done.
So I got me interested and I looked it up in text form on Google, and now I'm gonna go make it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the opposite because I started watching like half-hour stuff. Like most of the content I watch is long form now.
Oh God, I can't anymore.
Okay, I kind of agree with that too, because like I also watch a lot of like YouTubers that like put out their stream recordings that are like
okay, well I do that
long.
too.
Yeah. I'll like just have that playing throughout the day while I work or something like that.
No, that's true. One of the streamers I watch, the videos average like 20 minutes plus.
Yeah, so it's like either really long or really short.
Really short.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Extremes.
That's the whole philosophy of our show. Like we try to lean on the very long train. Otherwise,
I think between the two, though, I like brand design more. I like what they're doing.
Yes.
I think the concepting's better like this.
yeah, I understand the business reason for short songs, but I think we're giving up a lot of creative freedom here.
We're missing out on like the embellishments that really make the song feel complete.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes I want 4-minute, 30-second tracks. Heck,
Yeah.
5-6 minutes. Anyways, I'll pick up. Brand design wins this round. Moving on to the next round. We're moving on to the third round of the quarterfinals. We have virtual people versus girl group domination.
Okay. Okay. I used to like joke that I love AI and I love Kwangya and all that stuff. I absolutely hate it.
You're over it now.
I'm really over it.
What? Don't you?
Bro.
You've been telling us you want a Gwangya girl video game.
You know what? It was too far when I got bamboozled into my sleeper song of the year was by an AI person. That Rosie girl.
Yeah.
And then
Well-
I went to H Mart and she was on the ramen. And it completely blew my mind.
The thing that I feel is still fuzzy, like I'm not quite sure where the distinction lies, is that the
Uncanny
category
Valley?
not necessarily that, but like the category or like virtual artists, right? Is very very like blurry because you have artists that are basically like an avatar, right? Like there's a real person behind them.
Like KDA.
Yes. And you know who these people are, like if you wanted to, you could find them. And this is just like their representation in the public as an artist, right? And then when it comes to like AI, like by definition, that's like artificial intelligence. There's no person behind this character. I don't know if we're there yet. I can't think of any like virtual artist that is complete AI. I think most of them are still like there's a person doing the voice. They're just being represented with
Well,
this.
The girl who did that
Generated
song that I picked
image.
for sleeper song of the year is completely AI. There's no.
Okay, so I guess
She
there's
was
that
a-
case.
She was an average of the girls' voices who were like on top 100 in chart or something.
Whoa.
really?
Okay, so
Yeah, like she was specifically made for people to like the sound of her voice.
that I don't know. I feel like that could be cool. I just feel like the way that I've seen it interpreted so far with like there's a person behind the artist. I don't know. I feel like
Doug, real
I
quick.
don't see the necessity.
Doug, real quick. How do I spell Rosie in English?
I'm trying to find. I don't remember off the top of my. I'm
Was
looking
it
at
the R
ROZY.
Yeah.
ROZY.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know. Is it necessary to have this virtual, like unrealistically perfect image promoted? I don't know.
I kind of agree with you. The necessity of it is questionable, and from a business perspective, it makes sense. From the perspective
Yeah.
of, do I want to follow a fake person? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So her full name that you're referring to is O Rosie, with a exclamation
Rosie,
mark
yeah.
and an under dash. Good lord. She will forever be 22 years old. Look at okay. I remember we talked about her vaguely.
Yeah, she's completely AI.
Yeah.
That's why when I was saying like, oh, she sounds like Joyudi and some other people mixed, she apparently is. Like,
Yeah, that was the
like the-
intention.
I don't know. For the most part, I agree with you, Anita. I don't see a necessity for it. It's not like. I think a big part of the reason K-pop is popular in the first place is because we're not just following music. We're not just following albums. We're not just following. Sure, the visual aspect is there. Don't get me wrong, but a big aspect of K-pop that people always overlook, especially in the Western sphere, is we're buying characters. This is a character industry.
It's personalities.
Yeah.
Mm.
it's the human element that's sort of like the way I think of it is, when you watch like professional wrestling, right? Like John Cena is a character, right? The
Right.
Rock
Oh,
is a
yeah.
character.
Right.
But then after you get past that level, you learn about Dwayne Johnson, the man, you know?
The
Right.
person, yeah.
And that's what actually keeps you around.
A
Right.
fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with K-pop. Like, sure, you like Fearless. Sure, you like Anti-Fragile. Then you watch them, goof around in their variety show. That's funny. That's they're sometimes they're cute. Sometimes they do funny stuff. Sometimes they do
Sometimes
cool
you find out that the people you like are really boring. It happens once in a while, right? Like,
To be honest, that happens with you a lot.
yeah, I watched the behind the scenes content. I'm like, I didn't realize this person had the personality of a fish at a market. Like, come on. Like,
But see that's the sense of like variety of just like people, like society. Like you just will not find somebody that's 100% like one way, one specific.
Yes, people are boring. Some people are boring when you meet them in real life. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, it's just that's what makes it interesting. You get to know them, and then
And that's why, to me, building virtual characters is very not interesting because everything is planned out. Everything is like, they're gonna be perfect. Sure. What's the fun in that? Like,
I think the reason why people latch onto like the produced / Planet series is because people like to watch the human endeavor of struggling. Like struggling builds
a story,
character.
yeah.
It's a storyline. You get way more endeared to someone if you've realized the struggles they've went through than if you hadn't. So that's why I think sometimes like these pre-made groups that come out and you don't know about them and the average person doesn't know about them, they don't know what makes them tick, they don't know what struggles they've been through. But when you watch the produced series over those 3 months or so and you watch, man, this person is struggling but they overcame this, or they got really yelled at by this teacher and they overcame that, I think it's something just so endearing about that, and that's why those shows are extremely successful. Even though we know they've been rigged, we still watch. You
Right.
know,
The drama.
Unfortunately.
The drama.
yeah, the drama of it. Even though they're evil edited, people want to watch that because it's entertaining.
I'm gonna add one more example towards the same argument. Love Live, the Japanese idol animation, is only popular as it is, not because the song is good, but because of the narrative behind it.
True, I agree with this.
All right. Even though they're fake people too. Anyways, that's one trend. The other trend is girl group domination that we saw in 2022,
I like that.
continuing
Isn't
to
it?
this year. You like
My
it?
only caveat with this is I'm a girl group fan, inherently more geared toward like girl groups than boy groups, which I'm enjoying this era. But if you're a boy group fan, I would be like, man, this era sucks.
Same.
Like I can see the shoe on the other foot here. Where
I feel, okay. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
I was gonna say maybe it's just my personal experience, but I feel like people would have a better time or could explore different music if they didn't pigeonhole themselves into one specific genre or like within
K-pop.
K-pop, like, because I feel like, yeah, you can have a preference, but if a song is good, it's good. Like it doesn't matter
exactly
who's the artist, what
Right.
gender,
Rover, right?
So I feel
Come on.
like, I don't know. I feel like people should not
Well, here's the thing.
only listen to one specific
Here's the thing.
gender.
That's what I thought was the issue previously. Remember last year, someone DM'd us on Instagram, and they
Oh,
were
yeah,
asking. It was a high school girl in Korea, and she was like, "Hi, I'm listening to your show. Why do boy groups suck, and why are all the girl groups popular?" And what interested me in that was that it was a girl reaching out to us, because we know that guys don't listen to boy groups typically, but in the typical sphere of things, girls
Girls are more willing to listen to girl groups.
right.
Yeah.
on top
So
of boy
I
groups,
understand that part of it, but I after I got that message, I went around the online community and started like digging around what other people are saying, and a lot of people are saying stuff like the current boy group sphere sucks, and these are like very female heavy leaning communities, mind you. The dudes just aren't even talking about them because there's no relevancy. They're like, the boys who NCT who like.
Yeah, it really feels like these days, outside of like BTS and maybe TXT and 17, like for guys who like girl groups, it's like no one else is even on the radar remotely.
And it kind of, from a marketing level perspective, it makes sense because the people they're targeting are their current fans. This is the K-pop fans who are rating to boy groups. That's what they're targeting for new fans. And we end up in the cycle where I am concerned. My concern is we're not having new fans enter the
No growth.
right. We're not having growth. We've stagnated. And here's the thing. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have recently got into NCT or EXO, or why am I giving only shitty examples? TXT, there you go, or P1 Harmony. You know what I mean? I'm sure there are a lot of you guys out there, but the speed of growth is a lot slower than the other
Girl
age
groups are
groups.
just like popping off. Even the girl groups who have like 3 songs.
Exactly.
Like Le Sserafim has 2 songs, but people know who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
The
kind
industry
of
only
insane.
grows if there's a steady amount of new people joining.
Yeah.
That's what I'm concerned about.
The other argument is just the hole that BTS left when they went on their musical break. That's the other argument there. Because like if you think about like total album sales for boy groups, BTS represented a humongous portion of it, right?
Right.
So there's a discussion.
And
to be had there.
that's also that's what kind of goes back to my argument earlier too. Is like a big chunk of the TXT and Hypen fandom, a big chunk of them does come from the BTS fandom, as far as I can tell. Maybe I'm wrong there, but that was my impression.
By association, yeah. I can
Right,
see
right,
that.
because they want to support the Hubes and the juniors of Bangtan of BTS, and that's cool. But at the same time, it's a little concerning that not a lot of people are randomly getting into these groups as they should with like natural growth.
Yeah, it just feels like we haven't had that song that just like breaks into the number one on
Mainstream.
iChart and takes it
Yeah.
away from New Jeans or IVE.
Right.
We just haven't had that in the last year.
Like a male equivalent of Nude or
the closest was probably the
Tomboy.
BSS song because that got pretty popular in general.
fair, yeah.
Where people were referencing it. But like outside of that one, it's been a kind of a struggle,
I imagine
being
it'll
said-
happen, but
Yeah, I think it'll eventually happen. But between virtual people and GG domination, definitely GG domination.
same.
But,
GG domination.
absolutely. Get out of here, fake people. Get
Right.
out of here.
girl group
ChatGPT.
domination moves on to the next round, and we progress to round 4 of the quarterfinals. We have Chill Pop, also known as Easy Listening Pop, Bedroom Pop, versus sampled choruses.
Oh my god, this guy on YouTube, by the way.
On
I saw him
on the video
before.
right now. Yes.
There's like a TikTok / YouTube short guy on the screen on the right side for sample chorus. I just want to say I once saw it. Like people like he has criticism. People are like, you literally just like sit there and make these videos, right?
Yeah.
And he was shit talking people in the comments. I remember
was
I
he?
saw that one. He was like, well, you don't offer anything to the world either. Like he did. Like
Oh man.
I remember this was like half a year ago when he wasn't as big. But like I came upon like this one TikTok or whatever where people were being salty towards him for just sitting there and making these, and he was talking right back.
God damn. I mean,
That was kind of
we're-
funny.
We're not showing his face to support or to deny him. He's just a guy who pointed out a lot of these similarities.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not calling them out for plagiarism. That's not what's going on.
No.
The example that we're seeing here is that Nude from G Idol sampled Carmen from Bizet. Feel My Rhythm sampled G-string Air on G-string from Bach. Blackpink Shutdown sampled I forget La Campanella from, I think it was Paganini. I can't really read the characters here.
Yes.
And then we have a bunch more. Right now, we seem to have moved on from classical music to nursery rhymes, apparently.
Oh, I hate that, dude. I hate
As we
that.
saw in the Coca-Cola commercial and the new mixed pop
Mix.
track.
The weirdest thing is a show I was watching this week did the Coca-Cola, like the actual Eeny Meeny Miny Mo.
Yeah.
That happened this week.
Oh.
They actually
That
played
was
the
kind of
game.
weird.
Yeah.
They actually did it on the what is it, that variety show. Hemire Yechepa, the one with all the idol kids on it.
I'm starting to watch that. That's a good show, by the way.
It's an amazing show.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really underrated. There's 5 episodes out. Please watch that. It has Hedy, it has Mian, Patricia, Yena, Chaewon, and Ijong, the
Ijong.
choreographer. So you gotta watch that. But they were doing the Squid Game with the 2 sides. You have to walk and pick one of the sides. Like like that one. In Squid Game where you're gonna fall through if you
That's
pick
a
the wrong
different
one.
game. That's a different game.
It was a different show.
No, that's a different game. There's a Coca-Cola game, like a Coca-Cola that where you put your legs crossed with each other.
Oh, there's a different game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they also did something with Coca-Cola for that too.
Maybe just to choose.
Maybe maybe they should choose. I don't know.
They
I'll
were
have to
doing
watch.
Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, and it started with Coca-Cola.
Right, that's the whole thing. Like it's like 코카콜라 맛있다. 맛있으면 또 먹지. 또 먹으면 병원가.
Yeah, that one.
병원가 물어봤자 like that thing. There's a whole thing.
Yeah, they were doing that on that show this week.
I'll have to go watch. And then besides that, there was also I've sampled what's her name?
Survive.
Diana Ross.
Yes. From last year with After and there was a couple more examples. I forget now, but
It's
Oh no,
been
Gloria
happening
Gaynor.
more
I'm
often.
Gloria
wrong.
Gaynor.
Yeah.
Megan Trainor was in my head. I was like, it's not Megan Trainor, Warren. It's a completely
I
different
am your
generation of
mother.
people.
You listen to me. Sorry.
Anyways,
Other side, we got chill pop, easy listening pop, bedroom pop, etc. Clearly, this is the better trend.
I'm siding with that one.
That
Yeah.
is it's just something about it right now. Easy listening is just fun because there's no like emotional stakes about it. You're just there having a good time, you know?
it's highly listenable. The counter argument is that it's a little boring, which I kind of
I
understand.
could see that. I could see that.
I think if it's done well, it can still be interesting. It just won't be like hype, like intense as it's been the norm.
Oh, hype, Anita. What are you listening to right now?
Well, what am I listening to?
Oh my God,
Nuji's hype for you. Anita.
Anita, not again.
Every
Sorry.
week.
You knew it was coming this time too. I told you I'm gonna do it.
Oh my god. All right, we'll try again next
We'll
week.
try again next week. One day.
That being said, chill pop, I don't think it's boring at all. I think
Same.
it's just
No,
nice.
I like
and
it.
And because the music isn't too many stakes, you focus on other things like the choreography or the music video way more by having this less crazy stuff going on.
And you the other side of it too, in the musical side of things, if you look at like the previous K-pop trends we've had, like synthwave or like house or like deep house or moonbathon, they are so tight as musical genres. It's a little difficult to be incredibly creative with it. There's a lot of like tropes you got to follow in order to create that kind of sound.
Yeah.
Whereas bedroom pop, chill pop, easy listening pop, whatever name you want to call it, it's so much more like an attitude rather not a genre where like there's so much room to be creative and do your own thing. And that's why we were in a situation where Yunoya or like Rising, we're all going to group them into this classification of a trend, but at the same time they sound very different, you know what I mean? And that's where
They're
it's
very
interesting for me.
different interpretations of it. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, chill pop takes the win.
Yay.
God, I can't believe it on you. All right, semifinals. We have brand design versus trendsetter baddie concept.
Brand design.
Baddie concept.
Baddie.
Baddie.
Really?
Two baddies, one Porsche.
I don't-
Oh wait, I clicked the wrong one.
Oh, there you go. You clicked the
No,
right
I
one.
clicked the wrong one. Sorry. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. Round 2. Girl group domination versus chill pop.
Chill pop.
Chill pop. There's a lot of issues like we talked about with the girl groups dominating the entire market. That's not a good situation if you think about it.
Yeah, chill pop.
Chill pop.
For sure.
Okay. I misclicked earlier. So the final round is between chill pop and
Baddie.
baddie concept.
Chill pop.
Chill pop.
Chill pop.
Chill pop. Boom.
Best trend there
Yeah.
is right now is the trend of chill and easy listening and bedroom pop music that is all
agree
over
with this
K-pop music
100%.
these days, led by Acid Angels from Asia, Triple S, New Jeans, Billy is in there. Who else is in there? What's the Cupid?
Oh,
Oh,
fitty
50-50.
fitty. Fitty
there.
fitty.
All these cool groups doing their cool things, but not too much.
Right. Next week in the after show, Anita and I are gonna fill out our Boys Planet brackets
We're gonna lock it up.
where we make a prediction and then we have
Yes.
a if you win, you get the Planet Master role on our Discord, which Anita won last time. She's trying
I'm
to
gonna win again.
she's gonna try to defend her throne here.
Defend
So
my
if
title.
you are watching Boys Planet in any capacity, join our Discord. There's a channel. We're gonna starting after the airing of the episode on Thursday, we're gonna open up the our prediction game, which should be quite fun. Warren, you could just guess it based on metrics, which you normally do. So
I'm just gonna put Takuto first place and then second place.
Toyonaga
Oh,
Takuto.
no.
Toyonaga Takuto.
And then you're gonna put Zheng Shuaibo, right? So if I have to go to Beijing if he wins, right? So you're gonna put him
Yes,
second.
baby.
So other than that, this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shout out K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. It's been a fun time. We'll see you guys next week. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.